and we're just about getting ready to start today's game. As you can see, the field conditions, we might say, Corey Waters is with us first, are a little less than favorable. As you know, we had a pretty bad snowstorm here last night. But I'll tell you, the parents, the football players, the coaches, the athletic departments, the city of Peabody and everything else. And before we get started, we'll talk about this in a minute. We're going to have the introduction of the starting teams. We'll bring them to you. Now, from Hull, Corey, why don't you take over and give the starting team for Hull?
Starting defensive team.
Go ahead, tell them. All right, we're waiting for them to come out to be announced, and as they're announced, if you cannot hear them, the public address system, Corey will repeat their names for you.
Number 55, left end, Matt Baldner.
Number 55, that's Matt Baldner.
Left tackle,
James McCarron.
Number 66, right tackle, Mike Hendrickson.
This is number 66, the right tackle, Mike Hendrickson.
Number 25, right end, Sean Revicchio.
Sean Revicchio at right end, number 25.
Number 75, outside linebacker, Jim O'Hare.
Jim O'Hare, the outside linebacker.
Number 10, inside linebacker, Kevin Curran.
That's Kevin Curran, the running back,
Number
inside linebacker.
27, inside linebacker, Bob Carrero. Number 9, outside linebacker, Matt Littlefield.
Matt Littlefield, the outside linebacker.
Number 44, left corner, Tom Scardina.
It's number 44, Tom Scazina.
Number 11, right corner, Joe Caparata.
Number 11, Joe Caparata.
Number 18, safety, Greg Neal.
Greg Nails, the safety.
The head coach from Hull, John Anderson.
Now they've just introduced John Anderson and the rest of the Hull team.
Also, Bob Littlefield, Mike Nash.
All right, and now we'll have the Bishop Fenwick Crusaders coming from the far end of the field. And you can see the team is lined up.
The offensive started. The center, number 55, Mike Marino.
That's number 55, Mike Marino.
Number 77, Mike Stetson.
Mike Stetson, we're number 77, the guard.
Guard, number 56, Captain Scott Doobie.
Scott Doobie, the captain and inside linebacker.
Tackle, number 51, Mike Gorman.
Mike Gorman, we're number 51.
Number 70, Eric Zostek. Tight end, number 88, Captain Mike Burrell.
That's Mike Burrell, who has 11 touchdowns on the season this year.
Tight end, number 85, Justin Paré.
Justin Paré, the tight end. Spike, do you want me to him?
Wide receiver,
No, let me.
number 11, Ryan Hayes.
Okay, this is Ryan Hayes coming out now.
The kicker and wide receiver, number 28, Sean McLean.
Sean McLean, who was practicing his 50-yard field goals before the game.
Fullback, number 43, A.J. Giglio.
A.J. Gigliello, number 43.
The quarterback, number 7, Tom Rosick.
Just introduced was the quarterback, the junior Tom Walzak.
Number 45, Captain Mike Karen.
Mike Karen, Bishop Fenwick captain, playing in his final game this year.
Number 12, Captain Scott Shepard.
Scott Shepson, who eclipsed the 1,000-yard mark in the Spelman game. He has 12 touchdowns this year. And Coach Costabale. So 11-0 Bishop Fenwick will now be taking on 8-2 the Hull Pirates in the Division 4B Super Bowl here at Donaldson Stadium.
Okay, Corey, we started to say that a lot of work's been done on this field. 4 inches of snow has been removed, and we're going to have Mike O'Brien along with Corey in a few minutes taking over here, but we're going to stay right with it for the national anthem. It'll be sung by some of the Bishop Fenwick concert choir girls, Nicole Scanzani, Janine Albanese, and I believe, I'm not sure if the other girl is with them or not, but we'll get them in just a minute. The teams are going to be lining up on the field for the flip. The Fenwick 11-0 on the season, Catholic Central League champions, and Hull 8-2 on the season. Now, this game, the entire complex, Corey, of the game is going to change because of the field conditions. I was talking to a couple of the players before the game. They have their cleats will be taped to give them some better traction. And now we have the coin toss.
Well, I definitely look for Scott Shepson to have a big game. He already hit 1,000 yards. I know the field conditions aren't too great, but this is his final game as senior, and he'll come out big.
Okay, we're going to try to switch back and forth with 3 in the booth here. See if we can get a headset on Mike O'Brien from time to time. And you know, this is probably as great as any National Football League production you'll ever see.
Yeah.
And before we start, we want to thank ahead of time Cablevision of Peabody for all of the help that they're giving us trying to set this up. And hopefully with the cast of thousands from the Fenwick Video Club, that you'll enjoy today's game. And we're looking for big things from the Bishop Fenwick Crusaders.
Yeah,
as the school has been, sorry to walk all over you, Corey. The school's been electrified all week. You know, it's just been a fever pitch. The kids have been, that's all they've been looking forward to is today.
Yeah, Fenwick will be looking for a big win today, 11-0 on the season, and they've only been giving up 9.7 points a game defensively. Last week they put up 50 points on Bellingham on Thanksgiving, the 50-20 win. They also went 5-0 in league play in the Cal Central League to win the league and get a Super Bowl berth.
Mike?
Well, it's very interesting to see a Hull team that is only 8-2 with a Fenwick team that is 11-0. But as Mr. C said before, many times, don't let the record fool you. This Hull team is jacked. They're ready to go. You look from a big game from their offensive line. That's going to be the key difference in this game. They're much bigger.
Yeah, Hull coming off a Thanksgiving win as they beat Cohasset 46-8. 8-2 on the season. They won the South Shore League. Full of heavy competition.
Okay, now we just got word Hull will be receiving. Fenwick will be kicking off and defending the goal to our left. And we're just saying that it's been billed as a David against Goliath game. Fenwick has 20 seniors. Hull has 19 players. So that's going to tell a big difference. So we're going to be staying here for a second as we see Janine Albanese, Nicole Scanzani, and I can't tell who the other girl is out there, but they will be singing the national anthem. And we'll stand by in just a second to have that. And that's Kim Sabella out there. Kim Sabella, Nicole Scanzani, and Janine Albanese to sing the national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, today being the anniversary of the attack on Pearl Harbor, I ask you to stand for a moment of silence to honor our deceased veterans.
John Bedard, would you keep him? Is the Ann over there with Mo and Kelly? Okay. You're going to be running back here if we have a problem.
Thank you. And now, to honor America, please remain standing for our national anthem. Singing our anthem today, we have Nicole Scanzani, Kimberly Sabella, and Janine Albanese.
what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
A lot of scoring tonight in today's game.
Okay. Hull on the year, only with 2 losses, both to Winthrop and Hanover.
Okay, in today's game, one of the things we got to look for, probably the best story of the year. Joey Doyle, injured in the second game of the season, out apparently for the season, made a big comeback in the Thanksgiving game, was able to score a touchdown, and he is pumped, looking forward to playing. And interestingly enough, we have 2 commentators, Corey and Mike O'Brien, both hockey players, going to be leaving here this afternoon for a hockey game, I think, right after this game. But you guys, I don't know if you remember or not, years ago, the Philadelphia Flyers had a woman singing the God Bless America called Kate Smith. And every time she sang, the Philadelphia Flyers won. Today, Kim and Janine and Nicole singing the national anthem. Fenwick hasn't lost. Kind of looks the same way, right?
Let's hope so.
Okay, yeah, Fenwick 11-0 on the season. They've won now 20 straight regular season games. Last year, of course, they were in the Division IV Super Bowl as well, but they lost to Wareham by a final score of 26-0. And today, you'll see Scott Shepson, who was last year's quarterback, but Tom Wolzig took over this year. Well, Shepson went back to running back, and he's already gone over for 1,000 yards. And as Fenwick looks for a big game today, Sean McLean will be kicking off. They've used that onside fake all year. Matt Littlefield will be back to receive for Hull. And it appears Littlefield will take it. And he gets the ball to about back to the 30-yard line where he's taken down. So the Fenwick defense will come out onto the field, only giving up 9.7 points a game, led by captain Scott Doobie. As I was saying earlier, Fenwick coming off a big 50-20 win over Bellingham last week. So Joe Caparota will take over for his Hull offense. Easy takes a snap. And he starts by handing off to number 10, Kevin Caravan, who's tripped up. Mike Karen, the captain, took down Caravan on that play. So it'll be a second down coming up here. Second and about 6. The handoff to Caravan. He's tripped up again.
Fantastic tackle by Ryan Hayes. There was nothing else to do. Caravan is much bigger than Hayes. He just went for the legs and got him tripped up.
So it'll be a third down coming up here for the for Hull. 3rd and about 5 here.
Third down, about 6 yards to go.
Caparata taking the snap. And he hands off to number 27. It was tripped up by Mike Karen for a big loss. And 4th down coming up, and Hull will punt.
Fantastic tackle by Mike Karen. He couldn't have asked for anything more. He was trying to swing it to the outside. Karen jumped in there and tripped him up. Beautiful play.
Karen in his senior year. Captain playing in his final game.
Okay, Fenwick now will get the ball back going deep. To get this punt will be Scott Shepperson, and Corey take the punt away.
So it'll be Joe Saye kicking. And he gets off a weak punt. This one only going to about the 45, but then it takes a Hull bounce, and Fenwick will let it go. So the ball will be downed at about the 31-yard line. So Fenwick on their first series here in the Division 4B Super Bowl will take over from the 31-yard line, 69 yards away from their end zone.
That took a Hull bounce about 20 yards downfield. Otherwise, Fenwick was golden.
Ball hit on about the 48-yard line of Fenwick, but as you said, it took the bounce the wrong way and picked up down to the 31-yard line. So Fenwick's still in decent field position with a 1st and 10.
So 6'1" junior Tom Wolczyk out of Lynn will take over here with 3 men in the backfield. It's Gigliello, Karen, and Shepperson. And he hands off to Karen, who gets nothing. He was taken down by Matt Littlefield.
Big
The
stick.
outside.
Okay, we can see for both teams on the early goings that the footing is pretty bad out there. Neither team get very much traction.
So Karen not getting, he gets about a 2-yard gain there. It'll be 2nd and 8 here. Wolczyk taking the snap with 3 men in the backfield. He hands off to Karen again, and Karen breaks free. Karen will get the 1st down and more up to about the 47-yard line. Gain of about 14 yards there on the play.
All right, so much for the bad footing on that one. Karen was able to get a quick ball right up the middle and take it right in there.
As you can see, Mike Karen just breaks through the line like it was not even there. It was like a wet paper bag.
Okay, so it's a 1st and 10 here for Wolczyk. He hands off to Scott Shepperson, and he's tripped up. He gets to about the 50-yard line.
Shepperson ran right into a wall that time.
So it'll be about 2nd down here and about 7. Scott Doobie, the center, be hiking the ball to Tom Wolczyk. Wolczyk hands off to Shepperson, who once again will get nowhere. So it will be a 3rd down coming up here for Fenwick. So a couple of carries to both sides, a couple to Karen to start, and a couple to Shepperson.
Okay, right now, guys, it looks like we're getting a little bit of rain now. That just adds to the confusion here. Or whatever.
Great December football. Wolczyk to Shepperson on a big 3rd down. He gets nowhere. So we'll see what Fenwick does here now. As the ball is into Hull territory, whether they'll go for it on a 4th down or not. It'll be about a 4th and about 5. You may see Sean McLean has come onto the field. They will be punting.
All right, one of the things, guys, that we're going to watch for, Sean McLean has been a quarterback. Sean McLean, in his career, has a touchdown pass on a fake punt. So you don't know what Coach C has up his sleeve, especially early in the game.
Sean McLean's been a great special teams player this year for Fenwick. He was practicing, oh, and a high snap. And McLean will just throw it away. And Hull will have the ball in great field position.
Okay, on that play right there, you saw Sean McLean did a very, very smart thing. As what he did The ball was centered over his head. He got it and just fired it into the direction of the line so that they get the ball back at the line of scrimmage instead of a 20-yard loss.
Hull, the Hull head coach, I don't know if it's John Anderson, going around in shorts. Getting all pumped up there on the sidelines.
Well, you talked about a fake punt. The Patriots tried something like that against Denver. I was a little wary of that. I don't know.
Caparata hands off to Littlefield. Breaks free. He will be short of the first down as he gets the ball over into Fenwick territory at about the 48. Just as in our earlier Super Bowl score, Swampscott was upended by Mansfield by the final score of 26-14. Here's Caparata. He wants to throw the ball deep. And the pass is incomplete, intended for number 18, Greg Neal.
Ball's thrown a long way, Mike, but the footing isn't there for the guys to get underneath it.
No, it's just not there. I was down here last night. It was 500 times worse as it was as it is now. These guys aren't going to outrun anybody on either side. It's just the same all around. Fenwick's got to worry about the big offensive line for Hull.
So Caparata showing off his arm in the last play. Now hands off. And there will be a fourth down coming up as they are short. The ball was handed off to Kevin Carvin. And now we have a penalty flag against Fenwick. And it will be, it appears, not.
Yeah, it's going against Fenwick.
Yes, it will be an automatic first down for Hull. And Captain Scott Doobie wants to know what the call was.
It was an offside call, Corey.
It was an offside.
And it's still going to be third down. They didn't get it to the first down marker.
So
Yep. All right, we're going to have a replay on that play just now. And you can see that they went to try to throw the pass, but there was just no footing there for the pass receiver, and one of the Fenwick players jumped offside.
So a big third one here with Hull with 3 men in the backfield. As Caparata takes a snap and hands off to Carvin, who breaks free. We'll see if he has the first down or not right here.
It's going to be very close depending on the spot of the ball.
So it's a spike. It will depend on the spot of the ball here.
First down.
And it is first down. So Hull with the ball now up to about the Fenwick 42. They're trying to get a series going here.
It's 5 minutes and 7 seconds left to play in the first quarter.
Fenwick special teams has come up big all year, except on that first series there. Just a high snap. It's a Hull 1st and 10 here. Caparata hands off to number 9. Matt Littlefield, and he'll go all the way inside the 5 for the touchdown. So Hull getting an early 6 here on a 42-yard run from Matt Littlefield.
So this time Hull gets the good footing that and we're going to see this again. We're going to see this play again. All right, you see Caparata, the quarterback, turns and he hands off to Littlefield, and Littlefield was able to break to the left, and he's off to the races. And he couldn't be caught. He had both McLean and Shepperson. Shepperson had him at the 2-yard line, but Littlefield was able to wiggle his way out and get across for the touchdown. So it is Hull 6 and Fenwick nothing. Good replay that time, guys.
So now it appears that Hull will go for the 2-point conversion, try to get 8 here. He pitched, Caparata pitches to the outside to number 27, who gets in for Hull.
All right.
So Hull gets the 2-point conversion, and they take an early 8-0 lead here in the first quarter.
Oh, the big play, the big touchdown run that time by Littlefield. The Fenwick left side defense broke down a little bit and was able to let him get all the way in for the touchdown.
I think regardless of whether the high snap on the punt would happen there, I think Littlefield would have been all the way.
Littlefield broke free, and there was just no stopping him. There's no footing on that field, as we've said before. And, well, I guess if one guy's going to get it, the running back's going to get it. He's got the deep spikes. what he did, he ran outside. There was nothing else. You know, they couldn't go up the middle. It's very soft on the field, up the middle. There's better footing on the sides. And Scott Shepperson's valiant effort to dive and knock him off was well read by Littlefield. He dove, he got in, and it was lights out from there.
Second period. Mike Quinn is going to run the camera.
So 4:42 left here in the first quarter. Hull will kick off to Fenwick. Back to receive for Fenwick will be Scott Shepperson and number 11, Ryan Hayes, sophomore.
Ryan Hayes, a senior. Corey.
It says sophomore in the program, Spike. Shepperson takes the kickoff from about the 15. And Shepperson get upfield, finding some daylight.
He breaks free.
He's taken up to about the 40-yard line.
Nice run that time by Shepperson. And he made sure of his footing that time. You can see him. He made sure he had the ball. And we're going to see that play again.
There's a flag.
All right, there's the kick, and you see Shepperson making absolutely sure that he has the ball, starts off to his right, and gets a little bit of a break there, and finally is taken down at about the 42, but we're going to see a big penalty here against Fenwick again. Ball comes all the way back to about the 25-yard line.
It's about a 15-yard penalty here against Fenwick, so...
No, it was a clipping penalty against the Crusaders. So once again, they're shooting themselves in the foot, Mike.
Okay, so... 3 men in the backfield again for Fenwick. Joe Doyle is out there. And that's who the ball's handed off to. It goes to Joe Doyle, who gets nowhere.
And Joe Doyle, the big story of the year for the Crusaders.
So Hull continuing to come up big here. As the Fenwick offense couldn't do too much on the first series. This is their second series now.
There's 4:12 left to play in the first period.
It's been a rough start for Fenwick. They've got to get back on track. They've got to do it now. They can't allow any turnovers or anything of that nature.
So Shepperson back on now, taking Doyle's place. And the ball's handed off. And it's Tawolczyk, who runs it himself. It appeared he wanted to pitch to Shepperson, but he didn't get it there on the rollout.
It looks like that was a little bit of a busted play that time, as Walczyk turned to look for Shepperson, and Shepperson was already past him.
It'll be a gain of about 2 yards, so it'll be a 3rd and 7 here.
All right, while we're waiting here, one interesting story. Talking to Coach Costabile yesterday, and he was quite concerned. And so far, his predictions have held true. He said that this kind of a field and this kind of weather is a Hull type of field. They're a power running team, and so far they've been able to take advantage of it.
With Wolczyk taking the snap here. And he's going to run it himself. And now he pitches to Shepperson. And Shepperson will get the first down. So Scott Shepperson getting out of bounds. Up to about 44-yard line. That looks more about the...
Okay, we're going to take another look at that play.
Yeah, about 45-yard line now.
All right, and you see, Walczyk is rolling out on the option. Finally pitches out to Shepperson. Shepperson made a nice pickup of that, almost dropped it, and he got it up over the first down mark.
So it'll be a 1st and 10 here.
The people up here were calling for a forward pass, but referees didn't see it that way.
Ball handed off to Karen, who's tripped up, and now the ball's loose. And Hull has the ball. Hull will take over in Fenwick territory as Karen fumbles, and they'll get the ball from the 46 now. Another big mistake here from Fenwick. They had the special teams play on the high snap on the punt, and now the fumble by Karen. So this isn't the way that I think Coach Costabile and company want to start it. Here's the replay.
All right, now we're going to see if we see what happened here. Karen threw, and he just lost the ball. It slipped right out of his hands, and the Hull player was able to recover it. So once again, the Crusaders are hurting themselves.
So it's Caparata now taking over. Caparata wants to pass, and he will throw incomplete to nowhere.
And what a hit Justin Paré put on him. Justin Paré put a monster hit on the quarterback that time, Mike.
Yeah, he was just coming in there like a freight train, untamed lion. He was all over the quarterback. There was nothing. Caparata could have done about that one. He was left all alone on that play.
All right, here's where the Fenwick defense got to come up big right here to stop this.
Okay, so a 2nd and 10 here for Caparata. Caparata wants to run it himself, and he is taken down for a big loss.
Oh!
That is
Mike
a
Karen,
huge loss.
It was Mike Karen in on the play along with...
He'll lose about 8 yards on that play.
Okay, we're going to take a
Here's the
replay.
replay.
Okay, this Caparata going back, and you see Karen gets a hand on him along with Burrell and Mike Gorman, and he just got wrapped up
And
there.
now we have a timeout.
Okay, with timeout on the field, we have 2 minutes and 14 seconds left to play in the first period. Guys, well, during this timeout, as we said earlier, talking to Coach Costabile, he was very concerned about this field. He knew that that Hull was a power running team, and a power running team will take more advantage of a wet, slippery field.
That appeared to be a botched option play. Caparata rolled to his right, and he went to try to swing it, and all over him was Mike Karen.
Yeah, again, the Fenwick defense couldn't come up big on the first series because they let Littlefield go for 42 yards. This hasn't been the start I think that Coach Al Costabile wants, but we still got tons of time left, and we'll see what will happen here.
Well.
Now we take a look at the Fenwick cheerleaders who are state champions.
All right, now we're back to the football game. And,
Geez, Fenwick's got cheerleaders?
Yeah, I didn't even know that. Spike doesn't like to talk about the cheerleaders.
oh boy, am I getting in trouble here with these guys. I know it.
Okay, so Caparata will take over with this defense on a 3rd and very long. 3rd and about 18, and they will punt on a 3rd down.
Now it's just, again, it takes a Hull bounce.
So the ball's down to the 25-yard line where Fenwick will take over.
A quick kick on that. They just got the ball up in the air, but the spin went the right way again. So where Fenwick is getting no breaks, Hull is getting them all. We're approaching the end of the first period. Yeah, there's just about 2 minutes left in the first period. The score is now, as you see, Hull 8, Fenwick nothing.
So Fenwick taking over now on their 3rd series of the day. They have 3 men in the backfield again with Gigliello, Karen, and Shepson. And Wolzik wants to pass, looking for Burrell. Throws in Paris' hands and out of Paris' hands.
Okay, Justin Paré had the ball, but he was also wrapped up by one of the defenders and couldn't hold on to it as they had his arm and pulled it away.
So Wolzik throwing his first pass incomplete. He's now 0 for 1.
Walzik just threw a bullet in there, and I guess it was too hot to handle for Justin Paré.
One of the Hull defenders had an arm inside Justin's and kind of juggled it out just at the last second.
3 men back, Fenwick. Wolzik wants to pass again. Throws to Gigliello, and Gigliello still on his feet, get up to about the 40-yard line. It'll be a first down for about a 15-yard completion to Gigliello. So Wolzik get his first completion there, and a big first down. And now we'll take a look at the replay here.
All right, on that play right there, you see Wolzik getting ready. We all thought he was going to go to Burrell. It was a little bit open, but he clipped the shot man, and Burrell was able to throw a nice block out there to give Gigliello a couple of extra yards. So once again, with our crew in the van is doing a fantastic job with these replays. This is something new for the Fenwick Video Club, where guys with all of our sophisticated equipment, we get a replay at the end of the game when we watch it again. But due to the tremendous job of Nick Spiliotis and his gang down there in the Cablevision van and Camille, and this is just, I tell you, I might be like one of the kids here. It's a big thrill for the kids being able to work with this kind of equipment and do this kind of work, and we can't thank Cablevision enough for what they're doing. They've become part of the Fenwick Video Club.
Okay, so Fenwick with the ball now up to about the 41-yard line. As you saw there, Wolzik ran another play-action play similar to the one before, except this time he found Gigliello.
Okay, we have just about a minute and a half left to play in the first period.
On a nice day, with the kind of block Burrell threw, that's a 20 or 30-yard gain. However, with the slippery field, Gigliello couldn't quite cut back and was knocked down for less than he wanted.
Wolzek hands off to Karen, coming up the middle. Karen's taken down at about the 45-yard line. So Karen gets a gain of about 4 there. It'll be about 2nd and 6, and here's a replay as we'll go to the replay here.
Okay, see, a nice block that time was thrown, looked like by number 40. Looked like by Gigliello had the block on him.
So here's Wills again, and he'll hand off to Shepson now, and Shepson will get a short gain of about 2 or 3. So it'll be 3rd down coming up. On the previous play there that we saw fake to Gigliello. That's the advantage about having 3 men back. Fenwick can run all sorts of running plays with the great running game that they do run. So it'll be a 3rd down here and about 3. See who get the handoff this time, or if Wolzek will go to the pass on a big 3rd down here. And Wolzek wants to run it himself. Wolzek will get the 1st down as he gets across first field, gets across midfield, and it'll be Fenwick ball now into Hull territory at about the 47-yard line.
We're gonna see Tommy Wolzek on the replay just dive forward, but again running the option, looking like he was going to try to think about passing, and then dive right in there. And of course we lost him in a sea of players down in front of us. But Wolzek got the 1st down, and now Fenwick on the move, Chop picking up 2 or 3 yards at a time.
Okay, Wolzek, and now we got flags everywhere as the play will be blown dead.
It looked like there was motion in the line for Fenwick, so it's going to go against the Crusaders.
And now we have a false start against Fenwick. So once again, the penalty's hurting them early on. It killed their last series.
Another shot in the foot, and sooner or later they're not going to have any toes left.
Well,
so
our toes may go before theirs, Mike, because it's pretty cold up here.
So the ball back into Fenwick territory. So it's 2nd and 15 here, as the ball's at the 49-yard line of Fenwick's. We got 3 men back, Gigliello, Karen, and Karen gets the handoff. Karen breaks free. Karen with some daylight. He'll get up back into Fenwick territory at about the 42. Gain of about 9, so 3rd down will be coming up.
All right, one of the nice things I was watching on that one, and hopefully you can see what a great block Anthony Gigliello threw in front of Karen to spring him free. There's Karen with the ball, but there's Gigliello right there on number 75, just nailing the Hull player and springing him free.
Okay.
And
now
that is
we
the
have
end of the...
another timeout.
That's the end of the first period, Corey. So at the end of the first period, the score is Hull 8, Fenwick nothing, but Fenwick is on the move. Okay, just a little bit of a... We're gonna have in the second period, Mike O'Brien will take over the play-by-play, and Corey Waters will be doing the color on this. We're gonna try to get as many of these Fenwick kids involved, and also we're gonna switch our camera people. That was Mike Muse on camera 1, and Mike Cunha is going to be going up on camera 1. What? I'm sorry, I just got corrected. It's Cunha. All right, we're going to take probably have a couple of minutes of dead time here while we make our switches. While we're doing that, once again, we want to first recognize the fact that this is a game presented by the Massachusetts Interscholastic Athletic Association in conjunction with Bishop Fenwick High School and Hull High School. Just another tremendous day of high school athletics, probably the purest and best athletics you can find. All right, here's Mike O'Brien now on the play-by-play.
And now we have a fumble.
All right, right now we just had a fumble. We didn't see which way that one was going to go. The referees are moving this game along very quickly. And Mike, are you all set now?
I'm all set.
Okay.
That actually was called a dead ball, so it was no fumble on the play.
Big 3rd down here for Fenwick.
Wolzek brings him to the line. can't quite see who he's got behind him. The give is to Karen. He breaks it up the middle, and he hustles his way for a couple more yards. He looks like he's down to about the 30-yard line of Hull.
Very close to first down, Mike.
Big play there by Karen getting first down. As we may have noticed, Fenwick having...
There's the replay in this. Mike Karen just getting it all on his own that time.
Fenwick playing this Division IV Super Bowl is being played with 11-minute quarters instead of the regular 10 in the regular season that Fenwick played.
Walczyk the give to Karen. Oh, no, he's going to keep it himself.
Walczyk.
And go down near...
Down around the 20-yard line.
Down around
Big
the
run
20-yard line. Net gain of about 10 yards, but he actually ran it about 20.
All right, on that play there, we saw Walczyk was thinking of, well, we're going to see him thinking about giving the ball over to Shepperson. He faked it off to Karen, did a good job of faking everybody out there, and then we lost the whole thing because we got faked out just as bad as everybody. Mike O'Brien was the one that said he gave it to Karen. We followed Karen all the way through. Walczyk gained more than Karen did, Mike.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Walczyk brings him out. He's still got the ball. He's going to take it around then. The option to Shepperson. Shepperson, touchdown.
Shepperson goes in for the touchdown.
Fenwick getting a big touchdown there on their third series. And it makes it 8-6 with 9:39 left here in the second quarter.
Okay, we're going to see this one on the replay. Okay, there's Walczyk. Walczyk on the option. Looks like he's going to keep it. At the last minute, pitches back to Shepperson. Shep gets around the corner and in for the touchdown.
I'm telling you, that's the advantage of having a good running game. Fenwick can run that pitch play. Walczyk can run as well. Shepperson coming in there with the big play.
There's a big play there. Shepperson taking a page out of the Matt Littlefield handbook on running as he dove in.
Okay, we have, once again, Sean McLean will be kicking the field goal, and hopefully...
So they elect
there's the
to
spot. The
kick
kick is
the extra
up.
point.
Oh, there it is.
They put it through. It's 8-7.
Sean the Toe McLean puts it through. And you can...
So it's an 8-7 ball game here in the first quarter. Fenwick electing to go with the extra point as they still are down by 1 with the score 8-7. So Fenwick getting on the board here with their third series.
Yeah. No.
Fenwick deal has come up big here as Hull will be getting the ball for their fourth series here in the second quarter.
All right, one of the things I was going to point out to you guys, if you see out in the middle of the field, the coaching staff, like I said, they did just a tremendous job with the athletic department and the parents. They put tarpaulins on the field wherever they thought that the kickers would be kicking from, and that's going to help both teams as, you know, they'll be able to get good footing in the kicking areas. And the kicking game can be so important to Fenwick, as Sean McLean has already won one game with a dramatic last-minute field goal. And let's see how this one goes. Mike?
Well, McLean will be kicking off from right to left here. And I'm sure we'll get that fake little... Yeah, there we go.
Fenwick loves to run that fake with the onside kick, Mike.
Yeah, they actually did it in one game against, I believe it was...
Yeah, they pulled it off in the Matignon game, wasn't it?
They pulled it off in the Matignon game. And McLean stepping to the ball. This one is end over end. Picked up by Littlefield. Littlefield over the 20. Littlefield cuts in. Gets about 8 more yards after he was swarmed under.
And boy, was he swarmed under just about the entire...
So Hull taking over on their fourth series here.
Now, on that one there, was just a straight-out big hit by the entire middle of the Fenwick field. Here comes the kickoff again. We're going to take a look at that. McLean gets the toe into it. The kicks aren't going as far as he normally kicks it. There's Littlefield, comes up with it. And now we're back to live action with Mike O'Brien here.
Caparata brings him out of the huddle. And I didn't see who got that ball.
Big loss there. Lost about 3 yards as Caparata's hit out of bounds. Great defense by Fenwick.
Caparata kept the ball that time, Mike.
Big play there by Paré, who knocked Caparata out of bounds. So a big second and long coming up here for Hull.
Hull can't afford a turnover right now as Caprata brings them out. And
Littlefield.
Ball carried by number 27, Bob Carrillo.
on our score sheet here, we don't have a number 27.
His name was Bob Carrero.
Bob Carrero.
The freshman Eric Shepperson, the only varsity player on the team that is a freshman, made the tackle that time. He's done a great job on defense this year with a couple of interceptions. So Hull takes over here on a third down.
Caprata gives to...
They'll be short.
Okay, that time the Fenwick D came up big, and
They will be just short there.
Carrero brought it up again. He didn't get much. What he got was more than they got on the first play, I guess.
We'll see what happens here, Mike. This will be interesting what they do on a fourth and short. I don't know if they will be punting. And we have a timeout, Hull.
Hull takes a timeout. They're going to talk this one over. This is going to be, you know, early on in the game, probably one of the first big decisions the Hull Brain Trust has to make. They've got about three yards, maybe two and a half to 3 yards to go for the first down, but they're in their own territory, outside of the 40-yard line. They're on the 38-yard line. So,
Big D that time, Spike, by Fenwick, as they come up big here. They kicked the extra point on the last possession, make it 8-7. Spike, what do you think? What would you done if you were in Coach C?
I would have done exactly that, because the 7 points is automatic, and you know, that 7th point with McLean is automatic, and you don't want to get down 2.
Mm-hmm.
1 point, you know, we can make that one up easy enough. And the way Fenwick came out on their third series, they were holding on to the ball. They were picking up those little short chunks of yardage, controlling the clock, and that's what Coach C wants to do. So he's putting his faith in his team where it belongs.
We'll see what the Pirates do here if they do punt. Last time they surprised everyone by punting on a third down and long.
All right, they're gonna
They have
punt.
a guy back and they will punt.
Okay, Mike, take over.
Watch out for that fake punt. Here's the snap. And it's end over end. Not a very
Not a good
hard
punt
one.
that time.
This time it takes the Fenwick bounce.
It's about time.
Yeah.
8:20 left to go here, second quarter. 8-7 Hull in the Division 4B Super Bowl.
So Fenwick suddenly getting some of the momentum here in the second quarter. It appeared Hull could be running away with this one, but Fenwick getting some of the momentum after the big touchdown play there by Scott Shepperson and a big defensive stand there. So Fenwick takes over on their fourth series today.
Yeah, Fenwick has had a lot better luck since that big run by Matt Littlefield in the first quarter to make it 8-0 Hull. Fenwick's got back in the game. They looked a little wary then, but now they're back out. And Tom Walczyk takes it. He's running the option. Looks, he gives it to Shepperson. Shepperson scampers for a few yards.
That play right there didn't work to a big game, but I'm telling you, with the Fenwick running game with Scott Shepperson and even the way Tom Walczyk runs, they are able to run that play where they pitch the ball, or whether Walczyk keeps it. They can run that due to their great running game.
Oh, you're going to see Walczyk pitching up to Shepperson. Shepperson is hit, but notice he just crawls up and picks up on his own effort about 2 more yards. So it's going to be 2nd and about 7.
Scott Shepperson, who's had a great year playing in his last high school football game here today.
Walczyk brings him out, calling signals. The give to Karen, and Karen breaks it up. It appeared that he did drop that ball, but he picked it right back up.
Big play by Karen as he tries to redeem himself from the fumble earlier on. And this time it appears he has gotten the first down.
All right, now we'll see Walczyk just a straight handoff to Karen. Karen up the middle. He cradled the ball and kept it in. So, and he got the first down. So Fenwick on the move again, picking up yardage in small chunks, doing 2 things, getting the yardage, the first downs, and controlling the clock.
It's going to be another option, the give to Shepperson, and this time he doesn't get much. You know, the official was knocked over on that
And now
play.
we have the crowd wanted a penalty that time for a late hit, but no penalty flag down. So
The referee couldn't have seen the late hit as he could hit late.
Fenwick coming out of the huddle. with captain Scott Doobie at center, playing his final game this year.
Walczyk brings them out. Drops back to pass, throws to Gigliello, and
Gigliello close to the first down.
It'll still be a third down coming up, though.
Okay, we're going to take a little, try the replay. See Walczyk fakes a handoff to Karen, and again we got faked out again, but we see Giglio finishing off the play.
The give is to Karen. Karen right up the middle.
First down, Fenwick.
Okay, we were kind of caught in the replay that time, and Fenwick is making their plays quickly now. They're not taking any time in the huddle, and Mike Karen was able to bust that one up. So we're going to have to be a little more alert here in getting out of the replay, because Fenwick is not wasting any time in that huddle.
Fenwick on a big drive here as they look to take the lead here. It would be nice with the win today. They not only are Super Bowl champs, but they finished the season at a perfect 12-0.
Walczyk bringing him out. The give to Shepperson this time, and he runs up the middle.
Scott Shepperson refused. Oh, there's a penalty flag.
Flag down.
Late
Now,
hit.
this is going to be some kind of a. Looks like it's going to go against Fenwick.
Against Fenwick.
Against Fenwick.
Oh.
Big penalty that time.
Just a word on Scott Shepperson. He's had a great year. He rushed for over 1,000 yards. Not only is he real fast, but he'll fight for every little yard he can get.
Well, the penalty was on Mike Gorman. I didn't see what for. Personal foul on Gorman.
Boy, that was a tough one to take that time. Is not only did it negate a first down, but it's got them back about 25 yards now. So it'll be second and about 25.
Not the place you want to be if you're Bishop Fenwick. 5:53 left to go. 8-7 Hull. Walczyk. The give to Doyle. Doyle gains.
And there's another penalty flag. Another penalty flag. We'll see who this one's against.
And it appears this will be a late hit.
Yes, it's against Hull this time for a late hit. So Hull. Okay, we're going to take a look, see if we can get a replay on that one. Okay, there's Walczyk. Back to Doyle. Doyle gets a couple of yards, and then you can see the late hit as he was out of bounds, and one of the Hull players just dove right on him. So our replay crew is just getting tremendous out there. Next week, ESPN for them. I'll tell you, like I said, the kids are getting a pretty good introduction into some real television here.
Spike, I thought this was on SportsCenter tonight, was it?
All right, Corey, don't get too impressed with yourself.
It appears this is an automatic first down now, where they placed the ball. They thought it would be second down originally, but
and it's the ball.
it's a first down.
The ball is on the 25-yard line, so Fenwick is knocking at the door again, Mike.
Well, in the last two plays, the only progress that has been made is on the clock. We've had 2 personal foul calls on both teams, and Walczyk will bring them out. He drops straight back to pass. Looks downfield. Touchdown, Mike Burrell!
What a catch by Mike Burrell that time.
He didn't get the touchdown.
He gets the ball first and goal.
Oh, okay, we're going to get the replay on this one. There you see Walczyk drop straight back. No question about it. Over to Burrell, and there's Mike Burrell with the ball. Not quite a touchdown. It looks like the ball is going to be spotted on about the 5-yard line. First and goal from about the 4.
I was looking at the 5-yard line as the goal line on that one. Sorry, guys.
It's kind of hard to see with all the crowds here anyway.
And the give to Karen. He scampers his way. He didn't get it.
Telling you, this would be a big momentum change here if the Fenwick could get the touchdown. So the first quarter appeared to be dominated by Hull. So they got the not only the Karen fumble, but they got the big
They're
touchdown
down.
from Littlefield.
They're down right on the goal line. They're right on the goal line now. So it'll be second and less than a yard.
Walzik brings him out. And Walzik tries to sneak.
Walzik has it. Touchdown.
Touchdown, Fenwick.
Tommy Walzik.
Now, Spike, what do you do in this situation? Go for 2 or kick the extra point?
Take the sure one. Take the sure one. Give it to McLean. Let him bring it home. Okay, here's the replay. We're going to see Tommy Walzik just push right through there. And underneath the Hull defense, he got it. So here's Sean McLean. Sean the Toe McLean will be in there. So that one, the Polish power, Tommy Walzik, blasted in there for the 1 yard.
Appears they will go for the extra point here.
It is 13-8 in favor of Fenwick, and Sean McLean to try to make it 14.
It is a fake.
The
They got Giglio.
Touchdown, Fenwick. Well, not actually a touchdown, but
2 points. All right, Corey.
Wow.
You can see there's a lot of excitement up here in the book. So here's the replay. There's the ball. Scott Jefferson just picks it up, and he finds A.J. Gigliello having a cup of coffee out there. So the play went that time from Crazy Legs Jefferson to the Italian Stallion, A.J. Gigliello. And it is now 15-8 in favor of the Crusaders. Now, Mike, that's one of the advantages, Mike and Corey, of having actually 3 quarterbacks in your lineup. Walzik could have been out there. Jefferson picked up the ball, perfect pass. And don't forget, I mentioned a couple of times, McLean used to be a quarterback, and he could also pass. So Coach C has so many weapons available to him right now.
Yeah, I've seen Jefferson in a couple games to say. I think it might have been the Savio game. They ran the option play where Jefferson has thrown the ball. Jefferson the starter last year.
So that's it. Just a tremendous team down there. Okay, we're going to see the Toe now will get his foot into the ball. And of course, that's why Coach Costabile is coaching and not me. I would have gone for the sure point, and he made it. Coach Costabile made it 15.
So McLean will kick off here.
McLean kicking off from right to left. Henry crowd whooping it up. There's an end over.
Oh, what a kick.
And Matt Littlefield will pick it off about midfield. And he will be stopped. I meant midfield as like...
Matt Finkel was the one that stopped him on that one. Number 80, getting up off the bottom. Also, we had Neil Zakades in on the tackle, along with... Okay, we're gonna try to see this one. Up. We got a false report of a replay that time.
No replay.
I wish you could have a microphone on the on some of the sounds that are coming from our van.
Yeah, I thought someone was in trouble down there. Caparata brings him out. They give it.
Okay, guys, Fenwick is pumped now, offensive and defensively. That was Stetson in on that tackle. And boy, throw that first few minutes. Here comes a replay on this one now. You're going to see Mike Stetson in there just sticking it right to Littlefield. Nice. Hey, we're getting better on these replays, right?
I don't know. I having trouble with the numbers. The numbers on the program are not the same numbers that are on the players.
Well, pretty soon they're all going to be mud anyway, so we'll just have to guess at it.
Caparata, the pitch to Littlefield. Littlefield is,
Big play that time.
smash!
Taken down by Scott Doobie, playing in his final high school game today.
All right, that was
Captain.
the big train. Scott Doobie just nailed him.
Doobie coming up big.
Okay,
See,
we're
it's
gonna.
probably a first down there.
Okay, here we go with the replay. Pitch out, and here comes Doobie just nailing him.
What a
So there was the big train. Scott Doobie. It'll be third down and about 4. Third and about 6.
Caparata, the give to Littlefield again, and oh, what a tackle by Eric Shepperson. He was the one that tripped him up. Doobie jumped on him, and Littlefield could only get a portion of what he really, could have gotten on a better
So Hull is
field.
short.
All right, we'll take another look at that play. See if we can see the freshman Eric Shepperson just nailing Littlefield. And
Shepperson,
there he is, right there. They got him right by the ankles. Prevented a first down and is going to, again, Hull is going to take a timeout to talk this one over. But I don't think there's too much of a question here, as they're deep in their own territory, back around the 33-yard line. It'll be 4th and about 2. And now the whole thing has turned to Fenwick, because the Crusaders, after that first few minutes, maybe a little bit of tension, maybe a little bit of just, not being ready. But since then, they've put their game together and really taken it right to the Pirates.
Yeah, Spike, I think Fenwick did come out flat, especially after the bad snap on the punt, and then the Karen fumble. Then Littlefield just exploded on that 42-yard run. But second quarter's been all Fenwick, as we have 2:44 left in the half. Hull faces another big 4th down.
Okay, Mike, what have you seen so far on this one?
Well, what I've seen is, Hull came out, really, ready to go. They appeared to be the team that was going to really take this Super Bowl, right from the start. And then the momentum of this game just completely shifted right over to Fenwick. They came out and they weren't,
Yeah, if you had seen the first 5 minutes of the game, you would have said Hull would have ran away with a big rout here in this one.
Well, I hope they've seen the first 5 minutes of the game. Hull jumps, and this one will be brought back.
And now that one there really hurt Hull, as now they're going to be taking back 5 more yards. No question about it, they're going to have to punt, but now it's Hull making all the mistakes and Fenwick taking advantage of the situation. At halftime, we're going to try to go out into the crowd and get a few interviews with some of the people here. We thought that, might have had a better opportunity to do this because of the weather. A lot of the people that we wanted to talk to are not here. But we'll get out there and talk to some of the fans. Let's just get their impression of today's games and how things are going out in the stadium. Whoa, a bad snap.
This one, he gets it away though.
And
Another
Takes
Hull
another
bounce.
it takes another Hull bounce, and boy, I'll tell you, the ball's been bouncing Hull's way all afternoon.
Now we got a late hit here. We'll see. Brill was taken down. Late cheap hit from Hull.
If there's one thing that Mr. Costabile hates most, it's late hits and trash talking against his team. And if his team does it, they know they're in trouble. I know they would never do it because he would never stand for that. But he hates that. It's just, there's no part of it, there's no need for it in the game, is from his mind, and he's seen coaches stand for it. Like he mentioned, Bellingham was one of the teams that did a lot of that stuff. And I'm sure he's going to talk about this one. Walczyk brings him out. The give to Karen. He is wrestled down by number 66, Mike Hendrickson.
Hendrickson, number 66, the 270-pound lineman for Hull. He's only a junior, and it's been said that he's been getting letters from every college in the country. Mike Karen looks like he's got a little bit of a problem with his ankle. He's limping up to the, he's in the backfield, and he's having trouble with it. I don't know if anybody's noticed that or not, but...
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I just saw him limp right up to the line. Once again, no, it's going to be Walczyk, the pass to Burrell. It's incomplete. He appeared to trap it. He doesn't like the call. He is going insane down there.
pass intended for number 88.
Mike Burrell just now is got to calm down a little bit. He's had a couple of tough things go against him, and you know, very intense kid. And I'll tell you, one of the nicest kids I've ever met. I have him in my class. Mike is just an all-around super athlete, super student, super kid. I'll be looking forward to coaching him in the in spring track.
Fenwick's up 15-8 with 1:32 left. They got a drive here in this quad. Not only that, but they got to get a big first down here on this play.
Well, fumble.
And we have a fumble. The second turnover by Fenwick in this half. Another fumble.
And this one,
Ball recovered by number 66, Mike Hendrickson.
Hendrickson recovered the fumble.
This isn't what Fenwick wants. Now with only 1:27 left, they're giving Hull the ball in excellent position.
Okay, as we said, as soon as the half is over, we're going to try to get out into the crowd and get some interviews in the crowd. Go ahead, Mike. Okay, on that one, they got a 3-yard gain down into Fenwick territory. It'll be inside the 40-yard line at about the 38. It'll be second and about 7 or 8 yards, Mike.
Well, where they dried that field right in the middle that's where Hull's working from right now. So they're going to get good footing on the running game, and that could really hurt Bishop Fenwick right now. Caparella drops back the pass through.
And he was throwing that one to his coach, I think. Was that intended for the coach?
It was intended for the coach, one of the yard markers. And now the weather is starting to, it was bad enough when we started, it's starting to deteriorate a little more as it's getting very wet here.
Right now, if I'm the coach of Hull, what I have to do is get my running game back to where the point it was in the beginning. Go back to the beginning, see what I did right, and then see where I went wrong. And as a hit by Justin, no, it was Scott Doobie.
Oh, and now we got a little bit of a rough hit, penalty flag.
Number
What
10.
a big hit by Doobie that was. Now we got a little cheap hit from Hull, and the refs had enough of that one.
So Scott Doobie just did what he had to do. Let's see if we can see this now.
Well, Kevin Caravans.
And whoa, what I hit that time by Doobie, and then we couldn't see the second part of it, but that was Doobie just coming up as Doobie wrapped up the quarterback in his arms, and that was, you know, if I were the Hull coach, that kid would be sitting down, because not only was it so flagrant, but it cost them the momentum.
If I was the Hull coach, that kid would be jogging behind the bus on the way home.
And this cost Hull, too. This is a big drive down 15-8 with only 45 seconds left. And now the clock's running. So with the play clock starting, the clock's running, and unless Hull comes up with a big miracle, then appears they're done for this half.
It's a 4th down play for Hull, according to the yard marker.
Caparella to give, and
This will stop the clock with 21 seconds left, so we'll see if Folser can come on and throw a bomb. It is Fenwick football as they Hull gives up on loss on downs.
getting back to the play where it was Scott Doobie that really just trucked over Caparella. There was nothing Caparella could do. As soon as he got the ball, you know,
Doobie was right there on top of him, and the offensive player for Hull just kind of lost his cool.
Walczyk brings him out.
He's back to pass.
Throw it deep.
Waits, fire.
He wants Burrell.
Sideline.
Oh!
Overthrown.
Just over the outstretched hands of Burrell. There's still 14 seconds left.
I think this will be a Doug Flutie play here if they can get this one, or they might just take the knee and run out the clock.
Well, I don't know if the knee is Coach C's style. He's going to try to get that one, you know. What a lift that would be to go into the locker room at halftime off a miracle touchdown. And at the time, it looked like Fenwick had put themselves in bad position.
Yeah.
They will take the knee as nobody is, unless they run it.
Balls
now they want to pass.
Drops back, he throws.
Gigliello.
Gigliello still going. Gigliello's going to be swarmed under and tackled.
And the time's going to run out. All they want, they call a timeout.
2 seconds left.
Coach Al Costabile making a big play there. He gets the timeout. Sean McClain can kick field goals, but this one would be...
Okay, we're going to try to see a replay on that one. There's Walczyk back, and he sees Gigliello out there. Gigliello now all on his own as he just is fighting to get some yardage. As I said, we're going to try to get some interviews out here, out in the crowd at halftime. Hopefully we'll be successful in doing it.
What's that?
It's kind of the way things are going out here. It's the we have our Cablevision people now are dressing up all of our equipment with plastic bags.
Gigliello must be just jacked to go here. It took 3 guys to bring that kid down. Right now, it would be maybe a Tom Dempsey attempt here.
So they don't have anybody wide once again, so, and they will take the knee.
Okay, they took the knee.
So they take the knee, and Fenwick with a great first half, they're up 15-8.
And there it is, Fenwick 15 and Hull 8, and we're going to be back in just a minute to see if we can get something from the crowd here this afternoon. Okay, Nick, we off? All right, once again, we're back here for the 3rd time trying to do this. It's my...
We're looking for Tony Giuliano up by the press box.
So somebody's calling my name. But we'll find out in a minute. Mike, we'll worry about that in a minute. We've been trying to get an interview with you now for 3 times. Twice I have forgot to put the mic on.
Well, that happens. I've done it myself.
All right, as we started to say, last night you and your son Mike were out and decided to come by the school. And what did you happen to see here?
Jim McHugh had a complete staff here of people, and they were snow blowing the field, shoveling around. Bo Tierney was here, Mike O'Brien, the basketball coach, and a number of other fathers and volunteers who were literally just snow blowing or shoveling the field.
All right, I've asked you this question 3 times. You've had the answer 3 times, but again, you've done a lot of radio work, a lot of television work, and now you turn around today and see young Mike. How does that make you feel?
Very proud. Makes me feel a little bit older, of course, but he's been doing this at home, broadcasting a Bruins game or whatever for quite a while on his own, and he enjoys it. You recruited him last year at a high school game when he was supposed to help me for broadcasting the game for the radio, and he's never left. He really enjoys it.
We have a great time with these kids. You know, we have the video club. Mike's a member of it, and you know, it's a great thing. And also, we're getting a lot of help from Cablevision of Peabody.
Well, that's terrific. You know, this is a great program that you have here at Fenwick, and I think you do a great job. He's ecstatic to be here.
Okay, Michael, it's been a pleasure having you here. I know you were saying you got to get out of here pretty soon for a hockey game.
Yeah, Mike has got a hockey game later on this afternoon, so we're going to leave pretty soon to try to get him something to eat first.
Okay, well, thanks a lot, Mike, and we're going to try to see if we got a couple of minutes to get a couple of other people on here. Good luck to you, and I'm sure we're going to see you over at the school during the year.
We've got our basketball schedule ready, and we'll be here for Peabody and Bishop Fenwick.
Okay, just before you leave, your impressions of the game so far.
Oh, I think Fenwick got the worst of it in the first part of the first quarter. They had a bad snap from center and a penalty, which led Hull to a touchdown. But since then, they've dominated the game on the ground and in the air.
Yeah, they put everything together. Okay, Michael, thanks a lot. And we're going to try to move around and see if we can find somebody else out here to get a couple of words. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, we're here now with Corey Waters, who's going to be talking to Mr. John Jaworski from the Fenwick Guidance Department, also a member of the last undefeated team from Bishop Fenwick. Corey?
Okay, now, Mr. Jaworski, the 1965 team went 8-0, right?
That's right.
How does this team compare to the 65 team?
This is probably as good a team. I think they're more balanced than we were. I think that they've won more games. And I think when they win this game this afternoon, they'll probably be the winningest team. And I think if they win today, they'll be the best team.
Okay, and Mr. Jaworski, like, what do you have to do with like the school program and activities and things like that?
Well, I'm the person who helps with the athletic committee, and that was that raffle we ran today. And we're going to, during the course of the year, we're going to try to do a lot of things to boost the the athletics, and also to kind of make everybody in the school aware of what's going on in the athletic department. And we're going to do some intramurals too, we hope.
Okay, that's good, Mr. Jaworski. All right, thanks for the interview.
Okay, talk to you later.
Hot dog,
Okay, right now we have from the Bishop Fenwick Development Office, Mr. Jim Dennis, a Fenwick graduate. Jimmy, what do you think about today's game?
This is terrific. Jim McHugh got the field in great shape, and we can keep up like this, we'll be all set.
Oh, we have some people coming in front of us. Jimmy, this has been quite a 2 years for the school. Tell us a little bit of the role that you have with the development office.
Well, the capital campaign that we've been so fortunate with, Ralph LeDuc left as principal and moved over to director of capital planning. We've done some great fundraising from alumni and parents and faculty. The fields, as you can see off over in the distance, will be ready next fall. We've got 2 baseball fields, 2 softball fields, a field hockey field, 2 soccer fields, and a practice area for the football team, plus 5 tennis courts all ready for next fall, and then the track will come the following spring. So things are going well on the athletic end.
And after all that's done, you'll have the volleyball field.
That's right, that's right. A few years.
And so this is Jim Dennis again, who is part of the tremendous expansion program here at Bishop Fenwick. Along with the athletic facilities, we had quite an academic expansion, Jim.
That's right. We've already completed the computerization of the school. We had 3 phases, and it included the administrative offices, networking those for ease in the administrative tasks, so they're not repeating all those functions. And then we have 100 computers on the internet. So those are available for all the students in the Zampel Technology Center, as well as the other 2 computer rooms, and then the word processing center. They all have access to our own library, but as well as all the other libraries and all the other information on the internet. So we're fortunate that we were able to get that in this year.
Well, thanks a lot, Jim. He was surprised. This was not set up ahead of time. I saw him walking through, and that's the kind of a job Jim has done for us. Jim, we would have asked you to sing, but it's a little too cold.
No, that's right. That's right.
Okay, so well, we're going to. Looks like we still have a few minutes left. The teams have not yet come out of the locker room, so we're going to try to go over and get another. Well, let's have David Paul over here, who was a graduate of Bishop Fenwick, a former video club member. But David is shaking his head no. He doesn't want to come and talk to us. So we'll. We got a couple of other kibitzers back here, but we'll be back in just a minute with a few other guests at halftime.
Not on yet.
All right, there we go now. This bevy of beauties behind me, members of the Bishop Fenwick track and volleyball teams. Let's have your names first.
Monique Horton, Nia Illingworth, Meredith Siegel, Jen Christie, Noelle Michaud.
All right, girls, how are you enjoying today's game? Kind of.
Awesome. It's good. It's really good. It's invigorating. It's great. Fantastic. Excellent.
All right, I ran into these young ladies as I was going down to get a coffee. Okay, thanks a lot back there. Tell us about the season that you people just had.
Volleyball season, right, guys? Yeah.
You know, I'm surrounded by these lovely ladies. 40 years ago, I'd have killed to be in this position, but now, what the heck? All right, are you enjoying today's game?
Yes, I am.
Okay, you got any predictions?
Fenwick's going to kick some butt. Fenwick's going to rock the house.
Okay, well, ladies, thank you very much for your time and effort. And go back and enjoy the game, and we'll see you later.
Thanks, Mike. Woo! Fenwick rules!
Okay, now there was the Fenwick cheering section.
Off for Hull is number 17, Joe Saya.
We're back. Hull kicking from left to right. End over end, line drive kick comes down to Scott Shepperson. Shepperson over the line. He stopped around the 37-yard line.
Tackle made by number 25, Sean Ravicchio.
All right, out comes Hull. Walzett comes under center. The give to Joe Doyle. He gets a couple yards before he stops short.
Ball carried by number 31, Joe Doyle. He was tackled by number number 51, James McCarron.
Okay, so it'll be second down coming up here. As Doyle gets a gain of about 3 yards.
Second down, Fenwick.
Walzik brings him back. This time the give is to Doyle again. He's over the line. He gets to about the 50. Didn't quite get to the 50-yard line.
He was tackled by number 9, Matt Littlefield. Third down and about 2 yards to go.
Mike Marino comes to the ball. Walzik follows. Walzik calling signals. The give to Shepperson. Shepperson gets up the middle to about the 50-yard line before he's swarmed under by a host of Hull tacklers.
All right, we're back here. Again, we had a little problem over by the concession stand. One of the spectators has become ill, and they were trying to get some help out there. And now this second half, it's horrible. The weather is completely deteriorated and fell apart. Back here is Corey Waters and Mike O'Brien bringing the play-by-play for the rest of this game. But we're going to probably have to settle down to a sleet and rainy afternoon. There goes Joey Doyle. Okay, take it away, guys.
Number 31, Joe Doyle. He was tackled by number 44, Tom Garcia.
Look at the replay of that play by Doyle. Okay, here's Doyle getting the ball right up the middle there and plowing his way through.
Huge hole for Joe Doyle. He just had every opportunity to go any way he wanted. He chose that hole. He could have gone to the outside. I think it was the right move, taking the hole he did. Got more than his share of yards. Walzik. The give once again to Doyle. Doyle muscles his way for another 5 yards. 8:45.
You're going to see this game move right along this afternoon. Hopefully we have Corey Waters with the portable mic and Mike O'Brien on the play-by-play. Like we said, the crowd is squashing us in here, and it's getting harder and harder to bring in this game, especially now with the sleet. It's not rain, it is sleet. So we're doing the best we can, people.
Shepson that time. We got the first down.
Okay, we're going to have to ask a question into the booth if you're getting the Corey Waters on the portable mic, because we don't hear him out here right now, Nick. And like I said, you'll have to excuse some of the things that are happening here now, but because with the terrible weather we're having an awful time trying to communicate back and forth. Okay, we're all set now, Corey. All right, this Tommy Waltz coming over to get some instructions from Coach C. All right, Mike, go ahead.
All right, Walzik will bring him back out. Eric Shepperson coming into the ball game now. Joe Doyle will go out. Joe Doyle has been the featured back here in the second half. Marino leads him out. Walzik gets under center. The give to Scott Shepperson. Shepperson breaks it free. Got about 15 yards on the play.
And now Fenwick again doing some ball control here in the second half.
This would be a big scoring if they could put one in on this drive, put them up.
There's Walzik handing it right off to Shepperson. Shepperson with a big hole up the middle. We didn't see that hole at first develop, but he had a nice hole up there.
That hole was courtesy of his little brother, Eric Shepperson. Beautiful block by Eric. Now Walzik gets back there. He gives it to Scott again, and Shepperson rumbles his way ahead for another 7 or 8 yards.
He has another first down there on that play as Shepperson continuing to play well.
And now the Crusaders just tearing up the ground here, on the ground. They'll keep the ball on the ground. I don't think you'll see any more passing, but they are now dominating the game. Here's the replay on this one as he hands it off to Shepperson, and Shepperson just takes a lot on his own.
Once again, the lead blocker is his little brother, Eric. The give to Doyle now. Doyle over the line.
Big yardage, that type of joy.
Fenwick using a lot of clock time on this drive, too. We're already down to 6:39 left in the third quarter.
That's what they want to do, is take the yardage in short chunks, pick up the first downs, and kill the clock.
It makes it a two-possession game, too, Spike, if they can score on this one. And, I mean, Hull has to be putting themselves in a big hole if they have to give up a touchdown here.
Hull is not penetrating the line of scrimmage at all right now. Walczyk brings them back. He keeps it himself.
They got it.
Look,
shot. Oh, a fumble.
Fumble, but it is picked up and there's a flag down.
I think they're going to call that one a forward pass.
Yeah.
I think they're going to call that an illegal forward pass because I think Shepperson was out in front of Walczyk that time. All right, there's Walczyk now. He's on the option. See where Shepperson is, and I don't know. That's kind of close there, but the ball did go in front of him, so it will be an illegal forward pass. And wait a minute now.
I think what they might have been considering is that it might have been a shovel pass, and they might have considered it incomplete after Shepperson dropped it. So
no, they're going to call it. They're going to call it.
Yeah, and it will be against Fenwick.
It's only it's an illegal forward pass, 5-yard penalty, and it's going to be loss of down, I believe. So it will be third down, and now it is about 8 to go. So now here's a big play in this game. And right now, under normal conditions, we are within Sean McLean's field goal range. So this is going to be a very interesting play, very interesting down right now.
Well, under normal conditions, we're always in Sean McLean's field goal range.
Even if we're on the ball field.
Shepperson this time has stopped short of anything. That has been the first time in this half that Hull has been able to get across the line.
Okay, we're going to see this on a replay.
Here, you can see it right here. Yeah, they get two guys right in there.
Yeah, one underneath and one up top.
Right now it is fourth down, and they are going for the field goal. That call courtesy of Mike Mears.
Okay, now we're going to have to watch this one very closely.
This will be about a 31-yarder, Spike.
Yeah, but what we've also got, we have Scott Shepperson holding, so anything can happen here.
Yeah, you have to have Gigliello wide, but I think they will kick the field goal. We'll see what happens here.
Here's a snap. The kick is up. It is long. It is high. It is
off
the goal post.
No good.
Oh, it hit the post. Just missed. Sean McLean on a 31-yard attempt. He put it long enough, deep enough, but it just caught it. Here's the replay on that one.
As you can see, there's the snap. The ball is up. It looks good. And all of a sudden,
bang!
You see all the snow falling off that time.
Hey, what a tremendous shot we got from the kids on the cameras, too. Wow, these kids look professional.
Hull ball with under 5 minutes to go now in the third quarter.
Littlefield took that ball, couldn't do much with it, but that is the thing Hull wants to do. They want to get it downfield any way they can. Littlefield worked for them in the first quarter. They're going to try to do it again here in the third. This is probably what they talked about the whole time in the locker room at halftime.
Here's the score, Fenwick 15, Hull 8. Okay, that trap went nowhere.
Thanks, I didn't see him.
The time continues to run down, Spike. So now we are down to 4:09 left. This has been the quickest quarter I've ever witnessed.
Right out here, I just got a question from the van, and if they want to know if it's raining, why didn't they just open the door and put their head out there and get as wet as we are? I'll tell you, I wish you could have a microphone in the van to hear some of the inane comments coming from there.
Here's the give, and he breaks it free. He's still going. He's going to have to be pulled down by the Shepperson duo, but
a big carry that time.
That was not. We'll have to see. What if that was
Bob Carrillo, pulled down by Scott and Eric Shepperson?
Well, that was a big play. That was something Fenwick did not want to see. That was a gain of about 35 yards. Brings it all the way down to right to midfield. Actually, the ball is in Fenwick territory at the 49.5-yard line. where it is 1st and 10 for the Pirates, and that's got to get them, as Mike O'Brien would say, got to get them jacked up a little
I'm telling you, the big momentum change here suddenly shifted Hull's way. We saw it shift Hull's way in the first quarter.
But Hart picks up about 5 yards that time, and now Hull is on the move.
So as I was saying earlier, the whole game's been a momentum change. You saw Hull come out and took control in the second quarter. Now
we're going to stay with the game here. They're coming out quickly. Eric Zostic was in on the tackle on that play to prevent any more of a gain.
Caparata comes under center. Flying signals the give to Littlefield again. This time he does not get as much as
it appears they
he would have liked to, but
close here.
Okay, one of the things you notice, Littlefield takes that ball and just cradles it right into his stomach, and there's little chance for the Fenwick defenders. Now watch how he cradles that ball in his stomach.
Spike,
just like that. They cannot get his arm off the ball.
Spike, it will be a 3rd down. Oh no, they call it a 1st down now. So.
First down. He did get the 1st down that time. And now
2:52 left.
Hull quickly going out of their huddle.
15-8 Fenwick. The give once again to Littlefield.
And now it's Littlefield picking up the chunks of yardage.
Eric Shepperson on the tackle, but Littlefield is just walking his way downfield, walking right through that Fenwick line.
He was tackled by number 85, Justin Paré.
Justin Paré was in on that tackle, but not before Littlefield picked up 6 yards.
Caparata brings him back out. He steps under center. Calling signals.
It's fumble, and it looks like no.
Caparata picked it up and jumped on it. Mike Gorman had Caparata not picked it up on his first attempt. Mike Gorman was right there to grab it.
Okay, we're gonna now watch this as Caparata just couldn't take the snap. Gorman got under there, but Caparata was able to get the ball up.
And Spike, now we have the 2-minute warning here. They apparently are going to go through with it, so there will be no 2-minute warning. With the bad weather.
It's the 3rd period. I love to get these kids when they make a mistake because they nail me. Oh, nice play that time by the Fenwick defense.
Ball carries by number 9, Matt Littlefield.
The field is nothing but slop out there. Mike, you're going to have to guess at the players with the ball now because it's number mud.
They're all number mud.
Dustin was in on the tackle that time, and now it looks like we've got a stoppage in play. That might have been for they're going to call a measurement here. So there's a change coming out, and we're going to how they spot this ball.
This is our first measurement of the game.
Oh, looks like Hull's going to get it. It's going to be very... Oh, no.
Short, Spike.
The shot by...
It's 4th down now. It's 1:33 left.
All right, another big play in this game, Mike.
This will, without a doubt, go for it here.
This will be, without a doubt, one of the biggest plays of the game right here.
I tell you, this could be another big momentum change in this one. Fenwick gets the ball here. Not only have the ball, they're up a touchdown. It'll be a big momentum change going into the 4th quarter.
Hull gets it. They may have a chance to convert on the missed field goal by Sean McLean, one of the few. Caparata under center. The give, Littlefield. He's got it.
So it's a 1st down now for Hull.
Hull gets down on the 27.
Inside the 30-yard line.
Tackle made by number 85, Justin Paré.
Justin Paré was in on the tackle that time. But it's a 1st down for Hull, and Hull has the momentum going their way.
1:05 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Caparata brings him under center. The give, Littlefield. He looks like he's going to try to throw the ball. No, it's not Littlefield. The ball is in the air. Incomplete.
Big play that time by Shepperson defensively.
It was knocked down by Shepperson, and Fenwick was looking for an interference call, a defensive interference, as Shepperson went up in the air and was hit from behind. Coach Costabile is incensed down there, and I can see why. If we could get that one again in a replay, I don't know if we can or not, but you could see how Shepperson was hit from behind out there. And it was a little bit of a trick play by Hull, but didn't work that time. So nice play by Scott Shepperson.
Caparata brings him under center. The give. Whoa.
Ball will be short again. It'll be a third down coming up.
Carrero got the ball, and
We're down to 28 seconds left now. As we'll see if Hull will.
Okay.
here's a replay of
Okay, here's that play
the
now.
throw. It is now. It's your call, folks.
You see? Okay, you see how Shipperson went up and got hit there.
There might have been a little bit of contact there.
It's
third down. And he stripped up, and it'll be another fourth down play here.
Kevin Caravan.
And that is the end of the third quarter, with Fenwick leading 15-8.
That was Mike Karen in on that big play. Watch it. Here comes Karen busting in and nailing him. Mike Karen from his defensive back position just got in and hit him. And what a big play. And that is the end of the third period. So a very, very quick third period, guys. And I think Mike O'Brien is going to have to leave us for his hockey game. Mike, just a tremendous job this afternoon, and good luck in your game this afternoon.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, so it's going to be Corey Waters and myself taking over, and Mike O'Brien Sr. We'll see you later. Thank you very much for being with us. And now it's going to be back to Corey Waters and myself.
We're off trying the 50-50 raffle ticket.
It looks like Corey's going to be leaving also pretty soon. So we may end up with just myself, and maybe we'll have an old friend. Greg Bedard might have to come in. Okay, out there we're looking at one of the Fenwick coaches. That's Coach Foster out there. But what a play that time by Mike Karen, who just absolutely broke in from his defensive position. Okay, right now, just to let the van know, a little bit of a check here. We have only two microphones going now out there in the van, as Mike O'Brien had to leave. All right, now here's a very, very big play. Corey, you take it over. It'll be fourth down and about 5.
Okay, so a fourth down here for Hull, as we have just 11 minutes left here in the Division 4B Super Bowl with Fenwick leading 15-8. Hull trying to drive here to get this one tied up, but Fenwick D's come up big on a Hull connected on the last fourth down conversion, but that was only 4th and 1. This one's about 4th and 5. So we'll see here what happens on this big play right here for Hull. As Caparota takes the snap. He pitches. It's Littlefield. And we'll see what happens here.
Now we'll see where they spot the ball. And it is
a first down. What an effort by Matt Littlefield that time. Coming up big on a fourth down. They could have decided their season right there.
Okay, he picked up, as a matter of fact, he picked up about 10 yards. And the ball is inside the 20 at about the 15, where it's going to be a first down and 10 from the Fenwick 15-yard line.
It's a 15-8 ball game.
Ball carried by number 10, Kevin Colvin. He was tackled by number 56, Scott Doobie.
All right, he was tackled that time by Scott Doobie. So the big train came up big that time. It was a gain of about 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 6 from the 10. And now Fenwick defense really has to come up big here.
So a big second down here for Hull. Caparota. Off to Pierce Carvin, and
the whole middle of the Fenwick defense. It looks like the Fenwick team is calling for a fumble recovery. Let's see what happens here.
That's what Costabille's looking for right now. But it will be Hull ball, and it'll be third down here.
Okay, it'll be a third down play.
Here's a replay right here.
Well, you can see just the entire Fenwick middle of the line got him.
Third down and about 5 yards to go.
So it's 3rd and 5. We're from about the 10-yard line.
The clock continues to run. We're now down to 9 minutes and 30 seconds left. Caparota. Hands off to number 27, who scores the touchdown for Hull. That makes it 15-14. That's Carrero.
Carrero got through the line that time. As we're going to take a look at
the replay.
You can
see right here, he just finds daylight.
It was missed. He found daylight, and he broke 2 tackles going in there. So the Fenwick defense now, here is the play. Now they have to hold him. Hull is 2 yards away from taking this lead.
The thing is, right here, you got a, it's a decision by Hull whether they're playing to win or playing to lose. If they're playing not to lose, then they'll kick the extra point. But they're going to go for 2 and try to take the lead here. So this could decide our play right here. Caparata, secured over. He got it.
It looked like Mike Burrill on the tackle. Ryan Hayes was there. And it was Bishop Fenwick stopping Hull. Here's the replay. See if we can see it. It's back to Caparata. And he's grabbed by Mike Gorman. Number 51, Mike Gorman, got him by the ankles. And another great replay.
Huge
the
play.
Video Club.
Huge play there. That leaves Fenwick up 15-14 now with just 9:18 left. And, we'll see what goes on here with Hull. They're going to have to come up with a big defensive stand, but they're now within 1 point. But, again, that was another situation of whether Hull was to play not to lose or play to win. And they could have taken the extra point, but they went to 2. We still do have plenty of time left with just 9:18 remaining.
So Mike Gorman, the biggest play of his career that time, as he broke through and got Caparata right by the ankles and nailed him. And now Fenwick is going back to receive the kickoff. It will be number 12, Scott Shepperson, along with number 11, Ryan Hayes. On
this drive here, Spike, I think you got to see Fenwick, much like they're driving the third quarter, they got to eat up the clock. This will only be their second series, as because the way they used up the clock in that third quarter.
Okay, we have 9:18 left to play in the game, but the one thing you're going to see, a game this close, Hull will be taking full advantage of the timeouts here that they have left. They have 5 in the second half here.
Back to kick off for Hull, number 17, Joe Saya.
Say will be kicking off to Shepperson, who's back, and also Hayes. And the ball will go to Hayes. And Hayes takes it from about the 20. Hayes finds some daylight, but slips at about the 35. So he gets the return about 50 yards. So Fenwick will take over at the 35.
Ryan Hayes did a nice job that time of holding on to the football and just moving it. So, and this is what Fenwick now has to be careful. They cannot afford a turnover.
No.
They have to eat up the clock, get the yardage, 2 and 3 yards at a time.
Fenwick has had 2 fumbles in this game. They turned the ball over twice. But in this situation, I think what you need to do is just eat up the clock, much like they did in the third quarter. You're up 15-14 in this situation. You don't want to give them the ball in great field position.
First down, Fenwick.
Ball's handed off to Shepperson.
Shepperson bobbled that ball a little bit.
Shepperson gets to about the 5, yeah. The ball is very slippery. You've seen, Karen a couple times today fumble, and, saw Shepperson.
He was tackled by number 11, Joe Caparata.
We're now under 9 minutes to go, as Wilson gets the play from Coach Al Costaville. Fenwick looking for their first perfect season since 1965 when they went 8-0. They got 3 men back, including Doyle. Wolzik taking the snap, gives it to Doyle. Doyle brings forward about the 43. He's a couple yards short, though, of the first down there.
Joe the mailman Doyle, as he delivered the ball again. Okay, we're going to see Joe just bulling his way through there, just eating up the yardage. That's the way Doyle does it, and that's what they were looking for from Joey. Like I said before, a tremendous story. Joe looked like he was done for the season, and here he is in the Super Bowl and making a huge contribution.
So now the ball's handed off. And
Gigliello may not have gotten the first down.
He was eating up that time.
We're going to see where they give us forward progress. The referee, one of the referees is standing.
He was tackled by number 11, Joe Caparata.
We lost a yard. Okay, it's 4th down now, Corey. Decision time.
In this situation, I mean, you can come up big with your defense, but, if you do go for it, which apparently it appears they are.
They're going to go for it.
In this situation now, this is a big play right here. This could decide the game right here. You give the ball Hull great position if they don't get it here.
He got it! Doyle got it!
And Doyle breaks forward. It'll be close. It appears he got up to the 45.
He got it! The first down for Joey Doyle! Walczyk. Offset Doyle. Doyle gets right across the 40-yard line, and he's got the check at he got right across the 35-yard line, and we have a first down.
Walczyk wants the pass.
He's got Burrell. Oh, and he's sacked.
Here's a sack. He throws incomplete.
Okay.
Pass from Fenwick for number 43, A.J. Gigliello.
We were watching down for Mike Burrell, who was wide open, but the pass was incomplete. We saw Walczyk go down also very hard, but all it turned into was a no gain.
So second down play here. I mean, if you're Fenwick, you gotta, I'd say run the ball because you gotta keep the clock down. Now it's 7:04 left.
What?
So we'll see what happens here.
Okay.
They do give the ball to Doyle as they keep it on the ground.
Carried by number 31, Joe Doyle.
As the time runs now, with under 7 minutes to go. As
Tackled by number 54.
now a big third down conversion. We may see them stay with the run just to take some time off. We don't know what's going to happen here, though.
Third down, Fenwick, about 6 yards.
They're about 3rd and 6.
They have 3 men back. It's Gigliello, Eric Shepperson, and his older brother, Scott Shepperson. And he hands off to older brother, Scott, who will be short. So it'll be another 4th down. Shepperson does get into Hull territory up to about the 47, but 48, but they will be well short. So it's about 4th and 3, and now we're going to
take a replay on that one. There's Walczyk, hands it off to Shepperson. Shepperson right up the middle, and the hole closed quickly.
So now we have a timeout for Hull with 5:59 left, and Fenwick leading 15-14 on a big 4th down play here. And in this situation, I mean, I don't know about you, Spike, but I mean, it's 4th and about 4. If you give up what's a much bigger 4th down here instead of the first one, you're giving Hull the ball at about 50-yard line. I mean, you can take a short punt with McLean and try to maybe dip it inside the 10, or you at least give him the ball at the 20.
Okay, we're looking at the field down there. We're looking now at the Fenwick kids huddled around Coach Costabile, and as we said before, though, Coach C has so many weapons available to him. It's really, he's got about 4th and about 2, so it's not that inconceivable that he might go for it. He's got the horses out there. He's got Gigliello. He's got Walczyk who can run the ball.
McLean isn't on the field.
McLean is.
They are going for it.
They're going to go for it. Let's see who he has in the backfield. We see Shepperson out there. Marino brings him out.
In this situation, you may want to, you have Doyle, and you may want to give it to Doyle, have him plow up the middle, or you might want to, and now it appears Walsh is going to take it himself.
He got it. Did he get it?
It's going to be close.
Very close. No, it isn't.
It appears he's short.
He's shot. Walczyk got it back just beyond the line of scrimmage as we lost him as he went into the sidelines. Hull will take over on downs.
It is Hull ball, and now we're going to take a look at the replay.
Okay, there's Walczyk now is the option. He keeps it. He gets around the corner, but they stop him out of bounds just short of the first down marker.
Now we have a penalty flag down. I don't know what this is all about, but I saw on the replay, it's not enough blocking on the side there for Walczyk. In that situation, I might have given it to Joe Doyle. I mean, he was out all season. It could have been a big first down play for him.
Okay,
And now
there's a penalty against Fenwick. Now that is what they don't need. A 15-yard penalty. They haven't given any kind of a signal yet. Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Crusaders, and that is a big one. Not only does that give Hull a few more yards, but it also gives them a little bit more momentum. As that's, something like that, a free 15 yards can really turn a team up. Corey.
So Hull will take over 1st and 10 now, move up the 40-yard line. It might have been best in that decision to punt with McLean. Now the ball's loose, but
it bounced right back up into his hand.
Caparata holds on to it.
So the bounce of the ball all day long has been Hull's way, and once again, the ball bounced right back into Caparata's hands. Okay, we're going to see the replay here as we see Bob bounced up and he just held on to it.
No, also you got to be playing a little bit of a mind game for Hull. If you're Hull, you probably want to, use the clock. Assume if you can get the touchdown, then you give them the ball back to Fenwick, maybe with no time left. Also another thing is that, if they can, they're only down by a point. It's not like they're down by a whole touchdown here. Ball's pitched, it's Littlefield's.
And he was just dragging half the Fenwick defense with him. Littlefield now is on fire.
Ball carried by number
the big back.
Littlefield scored the first touchdown of the game in the first quarter on a 42-yard run. Definitely a big play by him on that in that case.
So we got a third down at about 6, Corey.
He's had a big day.
Third down, Hull.
Big defensive stand, hopefully here by Fenwick. This will be a huge play. Caparata hands off. Oh, and there's number 27, Canero. Breaks free. And it appears he's down to about the 10-yard line.
Oh, that just electrified the crowd that time. And what it did, it just took the complete air out of the Fenwick sails. As Caparata, we're going to see, he was hit right at the line and was able to spin his way free and get out of the tackle. And it was Sean McLean who saved the day for Fenwick at this point in time anyway. The ball is at the 5-yard line, it looks like.
First down, Hull.
I think it's inside the 5. It's about at 3. As it's a big first and goal. Fenwick D can only come up big from here. As Caparata takes the snap, hands off.
He stopped it right around the line of scrimmage.
Not too much of a gain there. It will be second and goal now. That was Carvin getting the tackle.
He was tackled by number 56, Scott Doobie.
So Doobie came up big that time. And Eric Zostic also went in the tackle.
Timeout, Fenwick.
Now Fenwick takes a timeout.
Fenwick takes a timeout.
Okay, when the play resumes, it'll be second down. The ball is at about the 5-yard line. Everything is obliterated here. This has to be one of the most exciting Super Bowl games of the day, we believe. We've heard some of the scores, and this one has been a barn burner.
Yeah, Fenwick has been in some great games. They've gone right down to the wire to the final minute.
Yeah, we're going to see a replay on that last one there. They meet him right at the line of scrimmage. And coming up from the bottom of that play is the big train, Scott Doobie.
You've seen some big games this year, as they're saying, Spike, against Capital Memorial. That went down to the final minute. Matt Non went down to the final minute with the Sean McLean field goal. Fenwick's come up big this year in tough situations.
Well, they haven't got a tougher one than now.
Second down, Hull on the 5.
Caparata hands off to Cornero.
They got him. Good tackle that time.
He is taken down. He is not in.
By number 27, Bob Carrero.
Carrero had the ball.
He was tackled by number 12,
right at the goal line.
Now we're going to see the replay on that one.
Third down on the 1-yard line.
It's third down on the 1-yard line, and now they have to come up huge.
We'll see what happens here when they go with Caparata, on the sneak, or whether they go with Correro or Carvin or Littlefields. Hull has a great running game. This is a big third down and 1. If they are not to get in, I would assume they go for it. They haven't kicked an extra point today.
This will be
they've gone
third and 1
twice.
Wow. All right. There's the score. Fenwick 15, Hull 14. We have less than 4 minutes left. 3.5 minutes left, but Hull still with 2 hits to get it into the end zone from the 1-yard line. The Fenwick defense has to come up huge. Okay, here we go. Third down and 1. Corey, go after it.
We've seen some big plays today. This is obviously could be the biggest. Right here. Caparata, and we have a penalty flag down. This may be a false start. This could be a false start here. I don't know.
Yes, it is.
Or an offside. Yes. Hull appears to be backing up. It's a false start. And it'll be 3rd and goal from about the 6. Lost about 5 yards. So now Hull faces a tough decision here on what play to run here. They could be running.
So, you know, part of this game, big part of this game has been the penalties. As there was a 15-yard penalty that put Hull into some very good field position, but now the 5-yarder has taken him out of immediately. There's Littlefield.
Littlefield. He's taken... this is close.
This is, so close.
He is taken down.
He tried to stretch the ball across so the...
Fenwick wants to call a timeout here. It will be a 4th down.
Okay, it's going to be a 4th down, and that ball is the nose of the ball all the way from the end zone. You see it right there.
And Spike, in this situation, you got to assume that they could kick a field goal here. I mean, I haven't seen them kick an extra point today, but this field goal obviously would be shorter than an irregular extra point.
That's right.
So, you know, it wouldn't take much to put it through.
But then again, they know of McLean's ability. They've already seen it.
Yeah.
So, you know, a 2-point lead is not too safe. So this has to be, this is the season right here. We're under 3.5 minutes. At 3 minutes and 20 seconds left to play in the game. Fenwick, 1 yard away from keeping Hull out of the end zone, but Hull 1 yard away from taking the lead.
Spike,
and here comes the Fenwick defense.
Spike, when you're talking about a yard, I think you're talking more about a foot on this one. As you can see the yard marker on the goalpost. This one is too close to call. We'll see what Hull does here.
That's 2 cameras going with the tape. Okay, about 5 minutes? Or do you want to take the tape now?
We'll see what Hull does here.
We're going for 3. It's going to go to Providence.
Okay.
Big play here, Caparata. He's in for the touchdown.
He's for the touchdown.
Touchdown Hull. And that'll give Hull a 20-15 lead. And now they will have to go for, they should go for 2 here. Take the safe 7-point lead. But now we're going to look at the replay here on this one, as you see. Hull picking up a big touchdown.
Another one that's going to take the 25 play. Okay.
So it's now 20-15.
All right,
with
20-15
left. Only 3:15 left, but there still is plenty of time for Fenwick to drive. But I mean, in this case, they're definitely going to go for 2. They
all right, yes.
have to. So now it's Caparata.
They stopped him.
They stopped.
But it doesn't make any difference.
It was Guerrero.
So score the touchdown.
I mean, if Fenwick can get...
Hey, we're going to see a replay on that one. Okay. Right there.
There's definitely a big play for Fenwick there. Now all they need is really Bosea kicks.
Watch for the onside kick here. A little squib kick.
Kick a squibbler, and it's fumbled by Burrell. But Pare picks it up. He doesn't get too much yards. He's up to the 31. So Fenwick is 69 yards away from a touchdown. They're going to have to drive. I would say the one thing right here is that, you know, it's great to get a bunch of little running plays and, you know, get the first downs, but they really could use an explosion from, you know, maybe Shepson or Karen, maybe even a big pass to Burrell.
Okay, now,
that's plenty of time.
Fenwick is spreading the field wide. We have Hayes, very over top of the official, very wide.
There goes
Shepson, going wide.
Shepson, find a daylight.
He's knocked down,
first down.
But that's some good yardage that time.
I'm telling you, Spike, with the ground a little bit drier, and if he could have gone to the outside a little bit more, he could have been much more daylight.
Okay, let's hear a replay on this now. What you can't see right now is Fenwick can spread the field wide. Shepson, a missed block that time, could have sprung him loose.
Big second down.
Waldick looking downfield. Gets it over to Pare. Pare may have gotten the first down. It stops the clock. Fenwick going with
Wolzek. He wants to pass, and he's sacked.
Oh, and that time Wolzek was sacked.
So Wolzek is just eating up, and we have a timeout for Fenwick. And in this case, it'll be a 2nd and long. And I'm telling you, it wasn't looking too good for Fenwick. It does them nothing here. They need the touchdown, and we're going to see what happens here. The only man back is Shepperson. They got Burrell out wide, and Wolzek wants to pass. He looks for Burrell. He catches it.
Okay, Fenwick spreading the field wide again. They have three flankers.
So here is Wolzek. Throws in Hayes.
The right side. 3 flankers.
Hull shows blitz. Wolzek with time. Throws. He has Giglio. They get counted off the field. They're still alive. Wolzek looks, throws, incomplete, nearly intercepted. So it'll be 2nd and 10 with 2 minutes left. In
the play of the game.
Fenwick gets Hayes off the field. 3 men in the backfield once again for Fenwick. Wolzek wants to pass. He'll throw. He has Burrell. It's incomplete. So 3 men back. We'll see what goes on here. Wolzek wants to pass. He throws. He has Burrell. And he'll be close.
We have Giglio.
It's a 4th and 2. Wolzek finding Karen. It'll be close. The refs call it down.
Where they spotted.
He may have been stopped there.
It's going to depend on the
They wait in anticipation.
No, it looks like they're going to bring the try. They're going to bring. I don't know, Corey. It's.
No, they're not short.
Okay, they're shot by about 6 inches.
So Hull has the ball with 1:15 left, and it appears all they need really.
A miracle.
All they really need is a 1st down, and
everybody's on their feet.
They'll take the knee and let the clock.
The help that they gave us under some very trying conditions here. And now again, and now there's a flag goes down, so that works in Fenwick's favor, depending upon. Let's see what happens here, Corey. We still have 50 seconds.
Okay. The clock running. Run up the clock.
And now the clock is down to 29 seconds, and they don't even in the 4th period. And it appears that Hull will be the Division 4B champions. And that's the ball game.
And Hull, in celebration, has won the championship.
So the players out there shaking hands with each other. We're going to stay with this for a couple of minutes. The final score was Hull 20, Bishop Fenwick 15.
Fenwick again, if you can remember, the last time that they lost a football game was last year's Super Bowl when they lost to Wareham, 26-0. But now, we'll get the presentation of the trophies. Fenwick finishing the regular season 11-0. Catholic Central League champs. You got to give them some credit on a great season, and they got a Super Bowl berth also.
Okay, one of the things Corey and I are going to try to do, we don't know how successful we'll be because of the weather conditions and everything here, but we're going to stay with this here. We're going to ask that our directors in the van come up and give us a hand to break down the cameras, but we'll keep one camera going, try to get some interviews with the players and with the coaching staff. I know that it's kind of a tough time to get them, but these kids are tremendous.